seasons change like lovers do, but why can't I get over you? The breath in your soul when you turn away, those tears are... If I'm having a really down day, just nothing's going right, I feel like if I just go to the piano and I just write something, and most of the time it's focused towards a boy, but usually it's not even about that. It's just somewhere where I can channel the sadness or the pain or the anger or the frustration that I'm feeling. And same way if I'm in a really good mood, you know, I just sit down on the piano and I just write a song. And it's not even really about how happy I am. It's usually channeled towards some person. But I guess life is where I get my experiences. Well, when it comes to songs, I usually end up writing the lyrics first, just from experiences that I've had. So I write the lyrics, and then I get on the piano, and I've never had a lesson before in my entire life. So usually what I do is I just try and find some type of chord that sounds good. I wouldn't be able to tell you what chord. Really, it'd take me 10 minutes to tell you what the notes were. And then I just try to find another chord that sounds good together. So I end up usually having just a bunch of chords that sound good together, but I can't even tell you what scale they are, or what key I'm in, or what chords they are. I just know what sounds good together. So go away, get out of here, leave me alone. I never asked for this, it's not what I deserve. Should have known. I'm always searching, trying to find that place somewhere to call my own. But baby, you're everywhere I turn, you won't leave me alone. But baby, you're everywhere I turn, I can't stay like this for long.
I think it was, for me, I recognized it when I heard her singing some Elvis stuff. So, and the richness in her voice at such a young age just kind of caught us off guard.
And I think too, I guess maybe she was 9 or 10 too, we kind of ran across some music. And when I started thinking back over the years, we realized at that point what a gift she did have. I mean, she was writing just really deep stuff at 9, and really feeling it. And, you know, I guess that was maybe when we just knew there was something there.
Well, she definitely gets her love of music, from me, because she grew up listening to what we were listening to, and I've had an eclectic taste ever since as I was a kid. And so she grew up listening to everything from Nina Simone to Led Zeppelin to hip hop, to country. So she's got all of that in her background. And one of the first songs that she really sang in front of folks was Nina Simone's "Feeling Good," which was at her grandparents' anniversary party at a church. So it filled the room. It was just so rich and gave everybody in the room goosebumps. And, I think that's kind of where she comes from, where some of that blues influence comes into her music.
Get it, you can get it if you try. Strolling with the one voice, sighing side after side. Nice work, you can get it, you can get it if you try. Just imagine someone waiting at the cottage door, where two hearts become one. Who could ask for anything more? Loving one who loves you, and then making that vow. Nice work if you can get it. If you get it, won't you tell me how?
I actually think she was 5. She'd, dance around with her microphone when she was a little girl, and she'd sing all the songs and just kind of parade around. So I guess she was about 5 years old. I mean, she's always loved music, though. I mean, since she was, just a toddler. She'd just listen, and she'd watch, and of course she loved her Disney, her Disney music, and but really the love was apparent at about 5.
Music is my love. It's sort of like my best friend. I know that it's always going to be there, and I know that if I'm having an awful day, I can just go on the piano and sing a song and just get lost for that moment and just forget everything else that's going on around me, all my troubles, all the stress I'm under. I can just forget about all of that for that one moment, and there's just peace there. This serenity that I can't even explain. And music is sort of my escape from life. It's all that I have, and it's all that I want to obtain. Like, music just is everything
Yes,
to me.
you know how to take away my fears and wipe away the tears and make me feel like it's gonna be alright. Yeah, you know how to erase all my pain and make me wanna go dancing in the rain. Yes, you know how to make me feel like I'm the only one. Yeah. Yes, you know how to make me feel like you're the only one for me. You're my peace of mind, my sanity, all my comfort, lady. Can't you see you are my wonderful, my everything? And there's no place I'd rather be than you in your arms, you in your arms, here in your arms.
You and I, just daddy-daughter time, get up early in the morning, go grab some breakfast, and take a bus over to Hollywood Studios and do the American Idol. And you could see her face just light up. It's like that's what she wanted to do. So that's what we did. It was an interesting experience. I mean, Disney doesn't do anything halfway, and they certainly didn't pull any stops on the American Idol experience. You go in there, you perform in front of one producer in a sound room. I was with her, obviously, because she was underage. And the producer loved her, gave some criticisms and critiques, and made a song choice suggestion for her, which was Heard It Through the Grapevine by Marvin Gaye. Said that you've got a really bluesy, soulful kind of voice, and I think this would lend itself to you really well. So she made it past that first audition, went down to the Coca-Cola room. They actually had a Coca-Cola room there set up just like American Idol. They had iPods there with headphones. Other people were in there practicing their songs. They had the songs on the iPods with lyrics, without lyrics, in different keys, so that you can kind of play around with it. She practiced her songs. She did Marvin Gaye's Heard It Through the Grapevine, and then also did Black Horse and Cherry Tree. So she practiced that for a while, and then they took her back in front of 2 executive producers and sang her songs. And what was interesting is I'm sitting there listening to her and watching their expressions, trying to read their expressions to see if they liked her or not. She sang the first song, and they were like, looked at each other and, should we have her sing a second song? And one of them was like, yeah, we'll hear the other song. So I'm thinking they don't like her.
I think that I would fit in well because I have something different, and the fact that I'm so young and I can still be molded but still stay true to who I am, if that makes sense. I feel like I could do it all. I can perform in front of people. I've done it in front of, I think it was like 1,000 people or something at the American Idol experience. So, I feel like I have a lot to offer. I have such a drive and passion for it. And a lot of these people that I see that come in, it was just something that their buddy told them, hey, why don't you just go try out, it's in town this weekend, but I've been wanting it for a really long time. So I think that the passion that I have would help me to succeed.
They were like, oh yes, we're putting you on the 4 o'clock show, no doubt. So I think now, having looked back on it, they loved her so much they didn't even know if they needed to hear another song, which was a compliment in itself.
I'll share the love I feel, the love from those eyes makes me know it's real. You don't say too much, but it's alright, 'cause nothing, baby, nothing can keep you out of my life. 'Cause you're perfect disaster, beautiful disease. You're everything that I want, you're nothing that I need. You're perfect disaster, a beautiful disease. You're everything that I want, yeah. You're nothing that I need. You're
Probably my dad, because he's the one that's always been listening to it ever since I can't even remember how old, but he's always been listening to everything from like Leonard Skinner to Louis Armstrong to, just people that have nothing to do with each other. He has them all, and so I've listened to them my whole life, and they're really good artists, and I guess they influence me in how I sound and the way I write.
until the end of time. 'Cause you're perfect disaster, a beautiful disease. You're everything that I want, you're nothing that I need. You're perfect disaster, a beautiful disease. You're everything that I
I feel like
want, yeah.
hip-hop back in the day used to have this feel, and it was always just a good, clean, get up and dance, and as the years have gone by, it's just all about money, drugs, girls, and girls again. I feel like there's so much more that they could talk about than, her booty shaking on the floor. I don't know, that is probably one big thing that I have a problem with in the hip hop industry right now. They can talk about their struggles. Eminem is a prime example. He is a genius when it comes to talking about his struggles in life. I feel like they should maybe focus less on the materialistic things in life, because in the end they don't really matter.
Loving one who loves you and then making that vow. Nice work if you can get it, you can get it. Oh, you tell me how. Won't you tell me how?
Thank y'all for coming out.